Okay, so here are the secret cards for this mission. 4 of them. So yeah, first off, let's start with Ios, kind of new boss kind of character for Ultra God Mission series. So yeah, cutout's pretty cool, I think. Looking nice and kind of very kind of few Zamas esque kind of pose, right? Like very kind of, yeah, kind of godly pose, right? And this card of Ios is probably the strongest card in the game. Like, at least so far, right? It's kind of crazy how strong she is. So she's an elite type. HP is already really amazing, right? 4,200 is insane. And her super attack is Time Destruction for only 4 energy, so really low cost. And it's actually got quite a good base power, this one, despite being a low cost. So already really strong. You can see just how many different abilities and stuff she has. Look at all this, right? It's kind of insane. So I'll start off with her main ability. So at the start of each round, her ki is restored to full, and she can't be stunned for that round. So basically, the whole battle, she can't be stunned really. And her ki is always going back to full at the start of each round, which is really good already. Also, if her team has more hero energy than the opponent, that round, the enemy can't use their fixed power level. So anything that's like plus a certain amount of power level will be basically null. They can't use it that round, that's really, really strong. And lastly, for this main ability, at the end of the power level battle, the enemies that have the 3 highest power in the enemy team, they'll lose half of their power on guards. That's for the 3 enemies with the highest power. So the power on guard will be cut in half. And that's permanent, so a really good start, right? Kind of crazy how strong she is. It's kind of scary. Also got a unit for only 1 energy, so it's really cheap. With members are the Warrior in Black and the Namekian Warrior in Black, so the 2 URs from this mission. And the effect is kind of ridiculous. So both teams, power, guard, damage multiplier, damage resistance, and power levels are all reset to their starting values. So it is for both teams, but that's insane. Because that's 5 different stats, right? And that's crazy, right? I mean, that's just insane how powerful it is. And, the members aren't even weak. Like, it'd be one thing if they were weak, so you're forced to take some average cards to use this really good unit, but they're both really, really strong, especially the Warrior in Black, right? So, like, there's not really any drawbacks, right? They're strong cards anyway, so, like, you're probably going to take them anyways, especially the Warrior in Black, right? So it's kind of a win-win, right? Crazy. And she's got 2 abilities, actually. Her main ability plus is kind of a special ability. And the effects are, so during the power level battle, each round, if her team has any members that have less than 100 power, then the enemy's revival chance and miracle perfects chance will be sealed away that turn. So they can't get the special miracle perfects from their CIs and can't be revived that turn at all, which is really, really strong. Also, if the enemy has any super ability users, then if your team has at least 3 hero energy, then the enemy will lose 2 hero energy, and they won't be able to use any super abilities that turn. So that's really good. That's already so many things she can do, right? There are a couple of conditions, of course, but they're pretty easy, right? Like 3 hero energy isn't a lot, and it's kind of crazy for one card what she can do. And last but not least, definitely, it's probably the strongest selling point, which is she got a Key Sword Lock, and Key Sword Lock is a touch action ability, probably one of the strongest in the game. What it does is that if the enemy has at least 5 characters, which is guaranteed online battle basically, when you attack, at the end of all your attacks, you can choose one enemy, which is the best thing about it. You can choose the enemy, even if they're in support. You can still target them. You target the enemy, and there'll be a CI battle. If you win that, all the enemy's abilities, so their main ability, any card or touch action abilities, even units, I'm pretty sure, get sealed away the next turn, and they can't be used at all the next turn, right? And also does a little bit of damage, which is really good, right? That's like the base effect for all these crystal locks. But her one is a bit special because the extra effect is that it lowers the enemy's power by 100,000. Just that is insane, and even if you don't win the CA speed, so even if the enemy's abilities aren't sealed away the next turn, it will still inflict that minus 100,000 power, which is just crazy, right? That's alone just a reason to take her, regardless of her other stuff, right? That's just insane. It's just kind of crazy how strong she is, and it's the thing as well, like each of these effects aren't like amazingly strong in their own right? But she has so many different abilities that it's kind of like you can't stop her, right? Even if you stop like one or two of her effects, you can't stop them all, and like it's just kind of crazy, right? How ridiculously broken she is, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing, right? They wanted to start off this new series with like a really broken card, but definitely changed the meta. It's kind of insane. But yeah. Alright, anyways, next up, slightly less broken card. We have the first kind of dual card, first duo card. So this is change switch card with Goku in Ultra Instinct and Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. It says Goku, but that's only because it starts off as Goku. But each round you can change the guy, or not change him if you don't want to. So even on the first round you can change into Vegeta, which is cool. So yeah, so they're both hero types. Both with. I mean, you obviously have just the one HP, the 2,600. You know, you don't get two lots of HP or anything. But their power and guide is different. So Goku's power is 4,800, and Vegeta's is 7,800. So actually, Vegeta has a higher power, which is interesting. And Goku has a higher guard, 4,200, and Vegeta only has 2,000. So when they switch, obviously their power and guide will change, but the HP obviously, is obviously just the one HP that they give. One lot of HP that they give, of course. And their super attacks, I can't remember what Goku's attack is, but anyways, it's 6 energy, same as Vegeta. And Vegeta's is Final Assault Smash. Yeah, pretty cool name. And they got different abilities, of course. So Goku's is so first of all, when you make a move each round, if you're using Goku, right, the Goku side, your 3 guys that have the lowest key, they'll have their key restored, which is nice, you know. And if he's attacking, he can't be stunned. He can't be stunned that round, which is really good. And any ally attackers that have lower guard than the Goku can't be attacked by the enemy. So he'll basically he'll basically block the attacks that are meant for them, right? Which is really good. And the first attack that he takes in that round, he won't take more than 1,000 damage. So that's pretty good, right? The first attack, he can basically take only 1,000 damage at most, which is really good. Yeah, so he's quite good. He's obviously more defensive. Yeah, really good card. Well, really good half of this card. And the other half, Vegeta, he's more of an attacker, I guess. So yeah, so for Vegeta, when you make a move each round, the enemy can't use super attacks if they don't have the required energy. So even if they have certain abilities that make it so they can use their super attack without any energy, for example, if a character has super attack that has 8 energy cost, but their ability makes it so they can use it for free, they still need the required energy if you have this Vegeta, right? So that's really good. And also, the enemy team becomes very weak to key damage, so it becomes a lot easier to stun them. And if Vegeta's attacking, then your own team will do more key damage. So that plus them being weak to it, it's going to be a lot of stunned enemies, which is really strong. So yeah. Now probably the Goku is stronger, but the Vegeta definitely has his use. So yeah. Basically 2 cards in one, that's kind of the general idea, right? 2 abilities. So yeah, very strong. I mean, obviously, you can't have both at the same time, which is kind of, obviously weakness, but they're still very strong abilities. And you can choose, each round depending on the situation, which is cool. So yeah, and a very cool card as well. It's a very cool looking card, very amazing, with like the, just a very, just nice card, like simply just nice, yeah. So hopefully getting more of these soon, these types of cards, right? Next up, we have Teen Gohan. So this is the Father-Son Kamehameha card. Obviously, Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. Yeah, again, art's really solid. Classic scene from the manga, or anime. Yeah, very cool. So he's a Berserker. And all his stats are quite low, right? HP is low, power's low, guard's low, but he's quite strong. So his super attack is a Father-Son Kamehameha full power. So I guess a stronger version. for 8 energy, so relatively high. But his ability will fix that. So at the start of the battle, he won't be able to join. So the whole battle, he won't be able to join in allies' group attacks. So he has to attack by himself. But in return, he can't be stunned, which is good. And also his super attack, the full power Father-Son Kamehameha, will be available regardless of the energy cost. Obviously, like the Vegeta from earlier, will be able to prevent that anyways. But as long as he's not in the enemy team, you should be good to go. Yeah, and it's quite a high power as well, so base power. So it's quite good, right? 8 energy normally, but with his main ability, the whole battle, he should be able to use it for free, which is really good. So that's guaranteed. Also, whenever he attacks, his power level and his super attack will double, right? So the damage of his super attack will double, and his power level will double too, which is quite good. Also, if you have any Gokus in support, when Gohan goes into attack, instead of being doubled, it'll be tripled. So triple his damage from his super attack and triple his power level. That's really good, right? Every turn, potentially. That's very strong. So you know what? On turn 2, that's potentially 9 times damage for his super attack, and on turn 3, it's 27 times. So every turn is getting stronger and stronger. And he's got a summon, so you can summon Goku on the second turn to do the kind of, I guess it's like the full length, I guess, Father-Son Kamehameha scene. Yeah, which is really cool. So it does damage, and if you have at least 8 hero energy, damage will be increased, and also stun the enemy. So pretty good. But definitely the main reason to use him is his ability with his super attack, getting stronger every turn. So yeah, pretty strong. Easy, quite an easy card to use. So quite good for beginners, I think. Yeah, nice. And last up, we have a really rare card. So this is the special Kamehameha Goku. And there's only 5,900 cards, 5,900 copies of this card in existence, and they're all unique because they all have a unique serial code. So from 1 to 5,900, so 0001, all the way up to 5,900. So yeah, pretty crazy how they're all unique. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, doing Kamehameha. Classic design. Anyways, he's elite type, and all the sets are the same. 3,700 for HP, power, and guard. So quite cool. They're all matching. And Kamehameha, of course, for 4 energy, so again quite low, which is nice. His main ability. So during the first round, if your team is knocked out, this card will automatically revive your guys, which is quite good. There's like a guaranteed revive. Also, at the end of each round, if your team has less than 50% HP, for every enemy attack of that round, you'll gain 1,000 HP, and the enemy's ki will also be reduced. So if you have less than 50% HP, and the enemy has 7 attackers, that's plus 7,000 HP at the end of the round, which is pretty good, keeping you guys healthy. So quite a defensive card, this one. And he's got a Kamehameha. So the extra effect, we've got 2 extra effects. The first one is guaranteed, and that basically, once he uses this Kamehameha, this card will permanently ignore the enemy's guard and damage resistance for the rest of the battle, which is good. Also, if your team has less than 30% HP, he also gain a permanent 5,000 damage boost to normal attacks, which is really good. So yeah, not the strongest card, but it's quite rare, so the prices are pretty high, at least 50,000 yen. And it's funny because it depends on the numbers. Like, if it's like a rare number, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, or like 1111, or it'll be more expensive, And I think the most expensive ones are 0001 and 5,900. I think the most expensive because like the end, the first and last ones. So yeah, but the cheapest probably is 50,000, 60,000 yen. So it's still quite expensive, right? Even Ios being the most broken card, she's still only 20,000. So it's not all about just power. Sometimes rarity just is trumps. Actually, rarity always trumps power in terms of value, right? So yeah, some pretty cool cards. That was all from these 4 secrets. So yeah, I definitely think the Gohan is the coolest probably. But that Switch Goku and Vegeta is also pretty damn awesome, So So yeah, hope you like the video, guys. Should be the new secrets for Mission 2 coming out in a couple of weeks, so definitely hype for that. So yeah, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.